Okay, folks, we are at step 6. Now, for this one, you'll need a Twilio account. So make sure you log into Twilio. You create a free account. They're going to give you some things. They're going to give you a account SID. They'll give you an authorization token. You're going to have to ask for a Twilio phone number. So with a free account, you can't use your own phone number to text from, but they'll give you a free number, and that's the number that you'll be texting from. And then you're also going to have to verify or set up a verification for anybody you want to text. And if you're running a test, it's probably going to be you. And for that, all you have to do is, there at the very bottom of your page, you'll see, phone verification or something like that. And put in the number that you want to be able to text, and then choose whether Twilio should text them or give them a phone call to verify. It takes a second, so it's you put in your number, choose text, probably SNS, and it'll be very quick. That'll verify and allow you to start texting that number. Okay, so let's do this. We're inside of tests, and I'm going to switch, and I'll show you what you need to change about this file. All right. So we don't need to change this. Everything here is going to be pretty much the same, only you'll notice underneath 1, so in the case, the other thing you're going to notice is I'm not using an if and an else here. I'm using a switch. Why? I don't know. For 2 states, I think it just looks better. Don't know why. It doesn't matter, but you could, it could be here. But if you're going to do it that way, though, I shouldn't have bad programming habits. I always tell my students to always put in your squigglies. So, in this case, you could do this, and now you can put as many statements as you want. So basically, the code wouldn't change any, right? It would be the same thing here, right? So you could have all of this inside of that else. But okay, so you'll notice now we call a function called process. So in case the switch closes, we're going to come in, we're going to set a pause, right? I don't want any of this to happen again until I'm done processing, right? Send the text message, everything's done. So we're going to pause, we're going to process. So we come down and we have a function that's called process, right? In the case of async and await, let's not cloud this up with async and await. If you're just getting started, don't worry about it, right? If not, then you probably have an idea of what async and await does here. Okay, so we're going to send a text message, and inside, if there was an error, we would return, right? We just log what the error is, although you could return it. And then finally, right, we're going to set our pause to false, meaning we're all done. In a try catch finally, right, no matter what language you're in, I assume for that matter, it would be true in Java or .NET or C++. The finally block always runs, right? So it doesn't matter if there's an error or not, this finally block will run, and we want to make sure we unpause things. So we'll set pause to false. All right, so the text message will be sent. Now, here's our text message function. Now, once we get to app, we break this out into multiple files, but to make this easier, I put it all in one. So a text message, we send a message. And again, this is happening asynchronously. Think of async and await as a way to write code that looks like it's synchronous, but it's not. That probably didn't help, right? All right, so what you need to do is come down to your account SID. You're going to plop that value in. You're going to put in your token again, and you get this information right from Twilio once you create an account. It's relatively easy. You're going to come down, and the from phone number that you're going to put here is going to be the number that they give you. You have to apply for a phone number with your free account. Again, it takes seconds, and they'll give you a free phone number. And then the to number is who you're going to text, right? So where do you want that text message to go? Again, you have to verify that through the Twilio system. All of these numbers, by the way, start with a plus. So plus, 1207, and then I just forgot the 7. That's all. So 1207, and then the phone number that you're sending if you were in Maine or wherever the heck you are. All right. So I'm going to fill these 3 out off screen here, so I don't have to take the time and deal with blurting any of that out. Right, so I'm just going to pop in those, copy and paste in each of those values. then I'm going to save that. I'll save that file. And that's it. So that's all we had to change here, right? So, well, the other thing you could have done is you could change what the message is. So right here, when you call that function, right, send text message, you could, right, just put something else here. So whatever it is that you want to put here. All right. So let's, I'm saved. Well, read only doesn't have to be saved. So I'm saved. Now let's run that file. So we'll do node. It's going to be O2, and I'll hit tab. And again, we're at this point, we're not, I wanted to minimize this. So we are open at this point. And as soon as I close the switch, it's going to close it, and I don't give a message or anything that says there's a text message. And I just realized that my phone is downstairs, so I'm not going to run and get it. Trust me, it works, right? So we would have gotten an error if it didn't. So at this point, I got that text message, right? You reset your trap or whatever it is you're going to do, and now it's sitting and waiting. Okay. All right. Control C will stop our server. And then the last one we'll want to do is the O3 test.